All right, we are here. We are here. Beauty, Beats, and Balance, episode 1. Episode 1. The wait is over.
So, we want to thank you guys for joining us for our first episode. We're so excited.
So excited. So, don't we look excited? We are so excited. Can we be real? If y'all on the news.
Oh my gosh.
We're working through some kinks to get it going. So bear with us, roll with us, subscribe, support us. We're looking forward. We're speaking it into existence now. We appreciate all of your love and support, and keep it going. Let's roll. All right. Let's get into it.
So we gave a brief intro, but let's tell them why we call it Beauty, Beats, and Balance.
Why do we call it Beauty, Beats, and Balance?
Well, for one, because I'm a hairstylist.
I thought you were going to say you're a beauty.
You know what? I was about to say that. You know, I want to,
I'll say it for you.
Okay.
Isn't she a beauty? Yes.
Thank you, babe.
All right.
And I love all things beauty. I'm a Libra, Team Libra, if y'all know that. And of course you are
An Aquarius?
An Aquarius. I'm talking about the beats.
I know what you're talking about. Right. Beats, that's the
you
music side.
You are a entrepreneur.
I am.
Studio owner.
I am.
Beats creator.
I am.
A musical genius.
I am.
All of the above. So, and I also love music. So, Beauty and Beats.
Beauty and Beats.
And then the balance. Oh, we have been together for 20 years.
Ever.
And we've been married 12.
Yep.
Still going strong. And one thing we want to do for sure is find that tribe that is still staying strong, fighting for their marriage.
Really?
You know?
Right.
So we want to share tips on how we balance it out, how we balanced out our careers and marriage and children and business and life.
Dating and just everything, yeah.
Just everything.
Everything.
So that's when we come up with the title, Beauty, Beats, and Balance.
Yes.
Which I think is kind of catchy.
That is. That's pretty good. Who came up with that?
I was like, is you or me?
You did.
I did. Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Give credit where it's due, right? So, of course, we're going to talk about, current events and things like that. Sometimes we even have guests.
Yeah, we will have occasional guests to kind of help us, dive into the topics or give another
input.
perspective.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And we'll also be sharing, tips and things like that.
Right.
Then we'll also share our favorite artists we like at the time, or we'll talk about different beauty events or things like that. We're just gonna try to give you guys just a
wide variety, just all of us, all a team person, team person perspective.
Yes.
And we'll even take some questions from you guys, emails, things like that. So
yes, because we want to communicate with you guys.
Right.
We want
family. We all family.
we all family.
Right.
So y'all join the tribe.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into it, babe.
Let's dive in.
What are we gonna talk about, babe?
Let's talk about what's going on in the world these days.
Oh, let's talk about what's near and dear to my heart right now.
Yeah.
Bill Cosby.
Moment of silence for Brother Bill right quick. All right.
First off, let me say this. I do not condone sexual assault.
At all.
But Bill Cosby, the character, was my TV daddy. My TV daddy. I got a daddy, I love him to death. But Bill Cosby was my TV daddy.
Right.
I was the same age as Rudy. Clarence was my boyfriend too. Bud was my best friend too. Yes. I grew up with the Cosbys.
You and all of Earth.
Yes, but we in the year where we grew up. Rudy was the baby, and we grew up with them.
Yep,
So anyway, so we were the ones going home every Thursday, make sure we watched our show, watched our family.
Right. Yeah, that was our family on TV.
Yes. So
our first family on TV. Right?
It breaks my heart to know that they're sending this man to jail. How old is he? 80?
82, 3, something like that.
Yeah, he may pass.
He might.
Bill Cosby, and I understand that he did some dirt, and we can't say I can't say for sure.
Right. Nobody can. We can't. We can't say for sure. We don't know.
But we do know the good he did in the world. So I just don't understand the assassination of character that's going on right now.
Well, it's a lot of a lot of speculation, a lot of theories about things he was trying to do and purchase, and he was always even we talked about it a little bit before we started, but even the thing he was doing with the HBCUs. Remember, he was promoting the HBCUs in college for everybody, and when you had a different world and everybody was wearing the HBCU T-shirts and sweatshirts, so all of the cultural things that he did for black people, and even to the point where he was, maybe 5-10 years ago, he was talking about education is important, and parents nowadays are kind of slipping and not giving the kids what they need.
And I know he pissed a lot of black people off, even when he talked about the names, how you can't give them names. It's crazy. And I somewhat agree with that.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. When we named our children, I know what world we live in.
Right.
So I didn't totally disagree with what he was saying, but that's that's another podcast.
Right.
But I do know all the good he did, and I'm just trying to understand why they assassinate. Oh, it's just his character is just.
Well, like I said, when somebody like that is trying to do bigger and better and greater things, everybody's not going to be on board with it, and you find different ways to take people down, and so
And they did find his skeleton, because even Lisa Bonet was like,
But they find ways to take you down if they want to take you down. So.
But I hate it though, yeah. We ain't gonna get into whether he did or didn't do it. I know I'm gonna say this as a woman. If you going into a situation where you're going to see a man like Bill Cosby and he tells you to take a pill, that's just like somebody tell you smoke this weed or take this X. Let's just be real. In the times, it's like you knew what you was going there for, but I had understanding, and maybe I'm wrong, that they knew they were taking pills.
See, but that some did,
but some didn't know.
But it was some saying that he, spiked their drink or put, put things in their drinks unknowingly, unbeknownst to them. And
it's just a sad thing.
They wake up in certain situations. But yeah, that is a sad thing.
I personally don't want to know what Bill Cosby does in the bedroom. I personally do not want to know that.
I don't think anybody does.
Because he created a Bill.
He created Fat Album.
I'm just saying.
Picture pages. You can go on and on.
You can go on and on and on. It's just, I'm devastated, y'all. I'm devastated. I don't even want to, I'm devastated. That's all I can say.
Yeah. Well, it is a sad situation, a sad occasion when you see somebody like that to be torn down and just stripped of all of his dignity and the accolades and prestige and all of that. And the last, unfortunately, the last memory that we're gonna have, and even our kids and generation that didn't grow up on him, the image they're gonna have is old creepy Bill Cosby, the rapist.
Bill Cosby.
Right, yeah, they got
just like Simone, she talking about they were in school talking about it. 4th graders. Talking about Bill Cosby going to jail. I'm like, no.
Yeah. So it's definitely sad and unfortunate, but prayers out to his family, prayers out to the victims as well. We can't forget them. So
we
definitely not trying to take sides and make light of the situation.
Yeah, I didn't talk over you, baby, but we're not trying to take sides at all. But again, I'm being honest. I'm looking at the character. I'm looking at what I was shown. I didn't know the Bill Cosby in an intimate way. I just knew the character we saw on TV, and that's what I'm holding on to.
That's what we should all do. Hold on to the good image of Bill Cosby and the good things he did. And
yes,
all right.
I'm heartbroken still.
That's all right.
We're gonna talk about something happier.
Yeah, so let's shift gears a little bit. You know, this month we had one of the greatest events, the greatest comebacks, the greatest resurgence. I can go on and on and on. You see the shirt I have on the movie, Mike, so you can see my shirt there. Y'all see this shirt?
And yeah, you see the shirt. I don't have one. You see, I don't have one. No. He got him one and give me one. That's neither here nor there.
Let's not talk
But it's a shirt. If y'all just listen, it's a shirt with penny on it. It has a penny on it. It's the tiger blue.
Yeah, tiger blue.
Very nice.
We representing. So anyway, representing University of Memphis.
Woo-hoo.
Anthony Penny Hardaway, the new head coach of the University of Memphis Tigers. We had Memphis Madness this month. It was amazing. They had some great events. Great artists came out.
Yeah.
There was a little. I gotta talk about it. There was a little bit of a damper. not for me. Not for a true blue Tiger fan.
Yeah,
but for
you're alumni.
Right, I'm alumni. Right.
Am I considered an alumni if I didn't graduate?
You went there.
I went there for 5 years, y'all. So.
Yeah. So the Memphis Madness, we had that. It was a great event. Again, we're so excited about having Penny back and him being the head coach. I really see great things coming for the University of Memphis. He's already re-energized, just brought that spirit and fire back to the city about University of Memphis basketball. So
Yeah.
we're definitely looking forward to that.
That event sold out, right? Does it always sell out?
No. They I think they had it one year. It might have been 1,000 people there or so. You know, so yeah, it's been such just a drastic change from the older coaches that we had to this new coach in Penny Hardaway. And so, like I said, one of the dampers on the evening for some people, were that it was speculation or a rumor or even reported. It was reported that JT, Justin Timberlake, and Drake were going to be there. And so, if you know,
let me stop you.
Hold on, wait. Let me set it up. So, of course, Drake has ties to Memphis. With his father being, from Memphis, and you can go out and see his father all the time here in Memphis. Also, he recently did the song with Block Boy JB. So they had the song that put Memphis on the map for the shoot dance, all that type of stuff. So Drake has ties to Memphis. JT has ties to Memphis, even though he doesn't necessarily claim Memphis like he should. He kind of claims Nashville.
Does he claim Nashville?
Yeah, he kind of claims. I think he moved to Nashville at one point. He kind of claimed Nashville, and he's from Millington, so he's a Memphis son, but he doesn't always rep us. He was even seen taking a picture with old Calipari down in Kentucky, but my sports fans understand the significance of that, but that's another story. So anyway, everybody was excited. People bought extra tickets. People bought resold tickets for.
They traveled.
Yeah, I mean, tickets were sold $5 and $10, but they were resold for $150, $200. People drove from all over the place. Yeah, people were definitely upset about it.
I rushed my clients out the salon trying to get there.
Right.
I was late.
Right, but it was all in all, it was a great event, and we don't want it to be remembered by those people not being there. We want to celebrate Penny and wish the University of Memphis and the Tigers and that whole organization all of the success, and hopefully we can get back to the tournament, get up to the championship, Elite Eight, Final Four. Let's get that championship. Let's do it and finish what we didn't get to finish in 2008. Actually, I was standing. Yeah, I was standing right over there watching that game when we lost that game, and I can still. I still feel the pain from Chalmers hitting that shot. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, we were talking about I was disappointed.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was very disappointed.
So were you?
I was looking forward to seeing Drake
and Justin
Timberlake.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah. But
I'll be honest with you guys. Trap music is not my thing. I mean, it's a good bop every now and then. I dance every now and then, but it's just not for me. So I was looking forward to seeing, Drake and Justin Timberlake, but hey.
Mm-hmm. Well, shout out to the guy and Block Boy and Moneybag. They did that thing.
I didn't see Moneybag. All I saw was Gotti.
The Reds, he came out. He did the Hardaway song when they brought him out. So
see, I didn't see all that. I was late. Yeah. But I did see the players play, and they did good. I saw the dunk contest, and that was cute.
The dunk contest was cute.
That was cute.
Okay.
Okay. Moving on.
So so that's what's happening right now. Go Tigers, go! Let's get that championship. What else is going on? Well, so let's get into the beauty.
So let's get into some beauty.
What's going on in the world of the beauty?
Every now and then I'll touch on something that talks about beauty. Every episode we're going to touch on something with beauty. Because one thing that I do love is women empowerment. We're raising strong little girls. And so I am all about, self-care, self-love. And so I always encourage friends of mine, and I'm encouraging you to, self-care. So I'm going to talk about today, one of the things I want to talk about is the book that Mickey Taylor has come out with. Okay. I haven't finished the book yet, but I've started. And let's first start by saying this. I am an Audible girl.
Both are Audible people.
I have a good commute to the salon every day, and my favorite part of the day is either to listen to an audiobook or to listen to a podcast, of course. But I actually got this book. It's called Editor and Chic, and it's How to Style and Be the Most Empowered Self by Miss Mickey Taylor. And I don't know if some of you guys follow me on Instagram. You see I took a picture with Miss Mickey Taylor. I met her at an event last year. I worked an event with Brandis Daniels. It was her 10-year anniversary, and she brought Mickey to Memphis. And she spoke, and she was amazing. She was really an inspiration.
That's good.
So I really enjoyed it. So when I found out she was coming out with this book, I was like, okay, gotta get it. Gotta get it. And you can find it on online on Amazon. It's like $17, $18. But it's a good read, you guys. I'm almost done with it. I don't want to spoil it for anyone, but that's what I want to point out today. It's Mickey's book. Mickey Taylor, again, it's Editor in Chic. So
that sounds good, and I like to see, when you're reading things like that, or just about. I like that you're all about the self-empowerment and women being, power players and in power roles and just being powerful people.
Yes.
I like that.
One thing that me and Walter like to talk about a lot is that we are a team, and
team
so
people, team
sometimes we do take turns taking lead roles. So that helps.
It works for us. It might not work for everybody, but it works for us.
It works for us.
It definitely works for us.
So anytime I can feed my spirit, feed my soul, I'm doing that for me, and I'm doing it for my babies, and I'm doing it for Walter. So I always like to encourage women to, grow. Grow and glow. So that's my little beauty part. So what are we going to talk about?
So let's get into the beats. And again, when we talk about the beats, we're talking about all things music related, anything dealing with music, arts, anything like that. So before we get into the main topic of our beats, I want to talk about this month. We got a lot of great events happening here in the city, a lot of festivals and a lot of things that are really starting to happen for the city, a lot of just creative type things and artsy type things, and I think that's what we need more in the city, just to keep that energy going, to keep the creatives coming, to keep, we want new people, millennials, people like that coming into the city, and people staying in the city. We got to have things for people to do, entertainment things, not just, dinner, movies, clubs, things like that, but things that music and things like that you can find in other cities. So music, we're a music city, we're known for music. We should have more festivals, and I'm glad to see we're starting to have them. We've always had Memphis in May, Beale Street Music Festival,
which I went to for the first time because Erykah Badu was there.
Hey, Erykah Badu that's our girl. I'm gonna tell you right now. We are all things Erykah Badu.
I'm her biggest fan.
Yeah, that is not true.
Okay, do we have to go into the store?
We can turn the camera off and get into it right now.
Because I'm telling you, don't even bring up what you always try to bring up.
Oh, no, I can tell the truth about you.
No. Because it's not the truth.
It is the truth.
What's the truth? What?
You know the truth.
Yeah.
Tell your truth.
I worked in Camelot Music the year Erykah Badu's album came out in the Hickory Ridge Mall. I was the first to get her album. I was the first to be put on with Erykah Badu. And I was the first true fan.
Okay. I didn't know you then. I was living my own Erykah Badu experience as well. Matter of fact, I was riding with Kevin, Kevin Tate, Jamel's uncle.
Yeah.
We were riding, and his wife at the time, her daughter was going to TSU and had told her that she needs to listen to this new person. And so we were driving back from Jackson, Mississippi to Memphis, and we listened to it, and I fell in love with it then. So yeah, that was my introduction.
So are you trying to say you a bigger Erykah Badu fan than me?
I am. I'm not trying to say that. That's what I'm saying.
First of all,
that's what I said.
First of all, well, hold on. Let me back up because let me think. Anytime we've seen our Erykah Badu, have we been together when we go see Erykah Badu? I guess so.
Yeah. Well, actually, I saw her. I see you want to bring it up. I saw her before you. I saw her before I even.
You saw Erykah Badu perform before me?
Yeah. I saw her at Essence Festival do Call Tyrone when I was in high school. Yeah. Bam. Silence. All right. So anyway,
we'll travel to see Badu though.
Yeah, we will. We have traveled to see her. She's coming to town. We see her all the time.
But I have yet to meet her.
We're gonna make it happen
in person.
We're gonna make it happen.
And one year she was at the Orpheum. I did see her way out too sometimes because I went to the Orpheum. She was at the Orpheum, and I went with Dion and them. And I saw this guy Kevin in the lobby, and I was just like, and Dion's people thought that we were gonna get backstage because we knew somebody that worked there, but it didn't work out. But I saw my friend Kevin, and I was like, "Hey, Kevin," and it went on. But rest his soul. He passed away. But I saw Kevin, and Kevin was the one that like drove a lot of celebrities around the city. Like if a celebrity came to town, Kevin was going to pick them up. If y'all listen, y'all know Kevin. Kevin was that guy. And but I just saw him like I always see him out, and I was like, "Oh, hey, Kevin, go." And then I was working in a salon, and he was getting his nails done, and the salon was working in the Ebony's. And Kevin was like, yeah, I saw you at the concert. And I was like, yeah. I was like, I thought we were going to get backstage. And we didn't get backstage. He said, girl, I was looking for people to get backstage. I was like, Kevin, stop just.
Don't tell me that.
He said, I had babies and everything. I said, Kevin, just stop talking.
Yeah.
He said, she gave me the cell phone. I said, Kevin.
Yeah, I know that.
He's like, that's my girl. I was like, oh my gosh, Kevin, just. So
we're gonna make it happen. We're gonna make it happen.
One day I'm gonna meet her though. I'm hopeful, but I love her. Yeah. Okay, so yes.
Okay.
And then I'm sorry, we got all off track talking about everybody.
That's all right.
But let's talk about the festival.
Right. So back to the festival. So we got the Crosstoberfest going on at the Crosstown. I guess the Crosstown Concourse is what they call it. Mm-hmm. And so that's going to be a nice festival that's going on. Yeah, that's on my list. I was about to talk about it. Yeah.
Cause I hate we missing that.
Yeah, because we all on this Memphis. But Memphis it was big last year for the first year. It's even bigger this year. They've got some amazing acts. I think Post Malone is headlining. He came and shut down the Beale Street Music Fest. I think that was the biggest crowd ever on record for that show, for that concert. So he'll be there headlining. We got a lot of local acts doing their thing.
Janelle Monáe?
Yeah. You got just a lot of I think even I know you don't like trap. I think Juicy J, Project Pat. They got right, and that's the good thing about what they're doing nowadays. And Memphis is really embracing this. We're such a culturally diverse city, and we're a melting pot really, and we're of course with the distribution plex or distribution hub, we're a melting pot. So we got all of these cultures and races and just different vibes in the city. And so the good thing about these festivals are they're really embracing that and bringing that out. And I think that's only good for the city and for the future of the city.
And all cultures like the trap music.
Yeah, of course.
All the kids like the trap music.
I was listening on the radio and they were talking about there are no big rock and roll acts or kids nowadays. They don't, they used when I was in school, they were listening to, kids were listening to rap, but some of the other kids, white kids, people like that, they were listening to rock and roll or different things. But now all of the big stars are hip hop, rap, and trap artists. So all of the kids, all young people are listening to trap music, and so you got to embrace that if you want to be successful in marketing your music and trying to draw people in.
Yeah. I mean, I know I sound old.
I mean, that's just what you like. No,
but then in my defense, even back in the day when I was young in high school,
you know what I'm saying, right?
I really wasn't like 3 6 Mafia, trap. I like the Fugees. I like Common. I like Talib Kweli. I was into that back in the day. I like Pop, of course. So I like Most. So I was into that music. So y'all have to forgive me.
No, you don't have to apologize.
Okay,
that's what you do.
I just don't want to offend anyone with the trap music. I mean, I just like, I like what I like.
You like what you like, right?
I like what I like.
So moving on, so that's a little part about the beats, but the big thing we want to talk about the music was our man Quincy Jones.
Ooh, Jesus.
That was an amazing documentary.
Well, first let me stop you there. Before we get into the documentary, y'all, me and Walter had to stop and make time.
Yeah, we did.
To watch this documentary together, and I'm so glad we did.
I think I turned the football game off.
Oh please!
I did.
Fantasy football.
That's football.
Oh, we sure did. Okay, so we had to force him to turn off the fantasy football.
Well, see, I got a lot of things tied up in my fantasy football and my draft kings and
any ladies that feel me, I just cannot with the fantasy football.
And any dudes or ladies that feel me with the fantasy football and the draft king, you never know. And the draft kings fan dude, whatever you're doing,
I had to drag him away from the computer.
Y'all don't understand. It's there's things at stake. It's not just for fun. It's not. They call it fantasy football, but it's not really a fantasy. Like this, this stuff. It's for real. You know. You say whatever you want to say about podcast. Say whatever you want to say.
We gonna cuss a little bit, y'all. Sorry.
But yeah, it's they say fantasy, but it's for real. So
it's for real. It's for real, y'all, because it is real to him. Because I had to pull him away.
Yeah, we got weird things.
But he did take the time out on our Sunday, which is our family day.
Right on.
To take time with me to watch the Quincy documentary on Netflix, and
it was amazing. And I've been wanting to see it because I've had a lot of people just ask me, "Have you seen it yet? Have you seen it? It's great. You got to see it." And I think I was telling you, I've kept up with, we all know Quincy Jones. We know him from everything he's done, from his early stuff with the Jazz, Ray Charles. But I think he's in our generation, he's probably most known for his work with Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
And creating those masterful albums, Off the Wall and Thriller, right? And so just having his hands in those and really just not making Michael what he was, but helping to make Michael what he was.
But if you watch it, he was the man.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, he's the puppet master behind all of that.
Anything he touched,
and I think that was one of the things that really stood out in the documentary was there were things that we are familiar with, but we didn't know that he was the creator of them or he had his hand in those things.
I did not know he had his hands in The Color Purple. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'm crazy for not knowing that, but I didn't know that. That was amazing. Color Purple is like wow.
Oh yeah, he's done so many things, from movies, TV shows, his own solo or not solo, but his projects as a producer and as an artist. The Back on the Block album, I think that was revolutionary with the jazz and the hip hop. I can remember my dad bought that album and we used to sit around and listen to it. So I definitely remember that time frame and just how groundbreaking that project was at that time.
Yeah, one thing that stood out to me from the documentary is how he talked about how he moved to London. Mm-hmm. To basically work under this woman, for to be the director,
right.
The orchestra,
conductor.
A conductor. I'm sorry. Yeah, help me now, baby. I'm
the conductor.
And and I think was he married? I'm sure he was married at the time. I don't know, but because that was the only thing he wasn't successful in was marriages. But to take the time to know that that's what he needed to do, and then he discovered a whole other world over there. That was amazing because some of us, I feel like we don't take the time.
Come on.
To
That's an inside joke.
Wait a minute. They don't know. They don't understand. A lot of people don't understand that they have to humble themselves and go learn and grow and work under people. And Quincy Jones is amazing, man. He knew he was amazing before he went over there, but he knew that he needed to grow and he wanted to learn and master certain things. And that's one thing that stood out to me, that he took chances, he took big risks for his career, and it paid off. Right. And he was amazing after he did that. And he wanted to be the first black conductor, and did his own pieces of work, and big band show, and he did it, and he did it, and it's sad though to see that his personal life suffered, his children suffered, his wives suffered because of his career, and then you think, how could he balance it? How could he balance it all? How could he be this great person, this great career, but also be a great husband, a great father? Sometimes it's like, man, I don't know if you can do that.
Right. I think there is always some element of sacrifice. Something's going to suffer because you're putting more time and energy into the other things, and you just have to make that decision. I think he made the decision that my purpose is to create this music and be this great musical genius, and so right now the family part has to suffer, but you can see in the documentary he's made great strides in trying to repair those relationships and be there for his kids now, and just spend as much time with them and with family as he can.
And I think it was a sign of the times too. I mean, I think now it's easier to balance family and careers. With the internet and all that, it's easier to
FaceTime.
Right, you can FaceTime or travel is easier, and So I believe it was just a sign of the times, but it was just he was just such a great. He accomplished so many things, and then he has beautiful children. They all love him. It's sad that he didn't have a long marriage, during this time. But I was just in awe. Oh, yeah. I was in awe of his life.
Yeah, and I think one of the things you mentioned was just his knowing that he needed to get better, and I think that's where a lot of people miss the mark or suffer, is you reach some level of success and then you get complacent and get satisfied and comfortable. But when you know that you got more to do and there's bigger, better, greater things to do, and you have that drive and passion and intensity inside that's telling you I need to do these things, then you have to move on them and act on them.
And another thing you notice in the documentary too, that he always kept younger people around him. Like he was never one of those people that's like, oh, this is it, and this is the sound. He would bring in newer artists and a new generation of music, and he was always looking for the next hot thing.
Because he even said, I don't want to be just a jazz musician. He's like, okay, I conquered jazz. Let's go into this. Let's go into classical music. Then let's go back into the R&B or pop music or even hip-hop, rap. Right. Yeah. So he did it all. So
And I look at my career. And I look at his career and kind of compare mine and say, okay, well, I'm on the right track, because that's what I do. Yep. I never feel like I have arrived. I'm always educating myself. I'm always going to a new show or a class, or I want to have younger stylists around me, and I want to know what's new and what's hot. Because you never want to get into a place in your career, in your life, and you say, oh, I'm here, I'm it. No, because if you think you've arrived, then you already failed. You got to keep it moving and keep growing.
Keep like you said, keep that young, positive, hungry energy around you. That definitely feeds you.
And that keeps you hungry.
It keeps you in tune and up to speed with what's happening, because you don't want to be the old person that's that's stuck on the old technology, because technology and things like that advance. Yeah, so you got to stay abreast of what's happening and keep.
And I'm sure you see people in the industry that are like that, and I've seen people in my industry that's like that. It's like they do the same old, press and curl, and they not gonna curl any different,
right.
And you seen they not gonna change up their sound,
right.
And it's sad, but I'm glad that we both know that we have to keep growing.
Definitely.
And that's why I'm, grateful and thankful to God that I do have a partner that I can say, oh, babe, I'm going to Chicago. Oh, yeah, I'll be there for a week for a class.
I'm not let
you.
Oh, okay. Me and the girl, we're going to hang out and make this
right.
thing
Or
work.
you'll say I'm going to this conference.
Right.
Okay. Because you got to do what you got to do. Right. Because we know we're gonna give each other notice, and we're going to work it all out with the children and with our jobs and with our businesses, and we're gonna make it work.
Yeah. And we're gonna go get it and come back with it.
And then we come back so much happier and stronger and just inspired, and then we keep it moving.
That's it.
I love that. So when I saw the Quincy Jones, I was like, man,
yeah, it was amazing.
It was inspiring.
Right. So anybody that hasn't seen it, even if you're not a music lover or you don't know anything about Quincy Jones, I think it's a great documentary to watch. It's on Netflix. Check it out, and I think you will definitely be inspired. A good Netflix and chill moment,
if that's what y'all do.
But you gotta watch the movie though. You can't just.
We Netflix and chill. We really Netflixing and chilling. We really lay it down because we tired.
Right.
And we really into it. So anyway.
And so so I think that's a great segue. We're tired because we're entrepreneurs. We're so busy. We got so many things happening. This. Schedule this. Meet here. Let's do this. Let's get together. Do our podcast. How do we balance it?
Gosh.
How do we balance?
Well, let's talk about one thing that we do for sure that helps it work. Our calendars.
The calendar.
I thought it a great idea to combine the calendar.
Who came up with that idea?
Me.
Okay.
I did, y'all. Don't let him.
No, I was trying to give you credit.
Okay, because sometimes he don't give me my credit. But yeah, we combine our calendars. So I don't know if you guys have an iPhone. I don't know anything about Androids. I had one, hated it, got rid of it.
No comment. I'm a team.
You team iPhone.
Of course, I'm not team iPhone. I'm team Apple. I'm Mac all the way.
Oh yeah,
everything
team.
I do,
Yep. You are right. I have become team Apple all across the board as well.
Right.
So we have iPhones. So we're gonna try to break it down. We have iPhones and we have calendars. And I know you guys, if you have iPhone, you have different calendars. And so
Even if you don't have an iPhone, I'm sure your phone has a calendar.
I don't know. Again, I only know iPhone. I don't know. But what we do, we have a shared calendar. So one thing that we like to do is we would put everything we have going on the calendar. That way we are both on the same page. Whether it's picking up the kids, whether I'm working late, he's working late, he has an event, I have an event, we have a date. We put it on the calendar.
Oh, yeah.
Because if we don't, it really probably won't happen.
Yeah.
I stick with the calendar. Do you stick with the calendar?
I stick with it to the best of my ability.
If y'all can see my face.
Right. But in all seriousness, the calendar is amazing. It has been amazing for us. It really, it made our lives, less stressful, more organized. It gives us time to really plan our time and the time that we're going to have together.
Plan out our week.
Yeah, plan out the week, plan out the month. And everything goes on the calendar. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. That's supposed to happen. That's what.
Let's talk about what happens sometimes though.
So what happens sometimes is
I call Walter. I'm looking at the calendar. There's nothing on the calendar. What you doing, babe?
You know where I'm at? I'm at the
I'm at the studio. Doing what? There's no session on the calendar.
I'm working.
I don't see no session on the calendar.
Look, everybody. I'm gonna let you say what you want to say. But everybody that's into that ever been in the studio or engineer, producer, anything like that, there is always something to do. Whether even if you don't have a client or a session, you can. But that's what I'm saying. It's always something to do.
But I follow the calendar. I have days that I do work. I have days I do clients. I have days I do my units. I have days. I have time slots. And I follow my calendar.
Well,
but he getting there.
Yeah, we're getting there. I'm working on it. But again, the calendar is.
But it does save our life.
Yeah, and we do try to. One of the things we try to do is say nothing on Sundays.
Yes.
And I try my best to stick to that. But every now and then, you know, somebody got a deadline, or we gotta get this, or I need to go get this money. You know, I gotta make it happen on a Sunday.
But for the most part, Sunday is our family day.
Right, and that gives us time to just rejuvenate, recap, rest,
go to church,
go to church, just reload for the upcoming week. And I think we're in that groove. We've been in that groove for a while, and it really helps with our sanity.
And we also take a look at our calendars and say, you know what, where are we gonna pencil in some time for us? Which is really, 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 really important. To be together for as many years that we've been together, and the divorce rate being so high.
Unfortunately, it is.
Unfortunately, y'all. I mean, I hate to hear about our friends. Yeah. We have friends that, you know, have failed marriages, failed relationships. And it's sad. And so we make sure that we take that time for us. Because it is crucial. We do have children, and you know, of course, we take time with our kids, but we also try to take time for just us, me and him, and rejuvenate that. Because you know, he still do it for me.
Oh, yeah.
And I hate to hear women be like, they husband do it for them. No, he still do it for me. I don't know about nobody else. But we know it's other couples out there like us that still really love each other, but also we have our struggles.
Right.
You know,
I think all relationships, marriages, couples, whatever.
But it takes work.
Yeah, it is work. It's not. People think, you know, it's just gonna be married and we're just gonna get together and it's just gonna be easy. Nah, the honeymoon phase, they kind of, you know, they kind of wears off, and then it's like, okay, now what? You know, honeymoon phase is gone. We're in the house together. I see you every morning when I wake up. You're the last person I see before I go to bed. You know, all of those things come into play, and you know, that person not gonna be, you know, they're not gonna be
what? Looking like they.
They're not gonna be looking you know, they're not gonna be on 10 all day long. So, you know,
because when the unit come off, he'd be like, where'd she go?
Right. So
she's going to bed.
She's going to bed.
Yeah. She's put up.
Yeah, it's a window right there. If you want to catch her,
right,
you know, you gotta catch in that window.
And I do know the importance of making sure you keep yourself up for your mate too.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a part of self-care as well. You gotta make sure you look good for you, but you also have to make sure you're keeping yourself up for your mate. And we'll get into that in another episode. Yeah. But we just want to point that out.
Yeah, and last thing on that point is, it's not all about the physical appearance and physical attraction. You know, it's about what kind of connection you have, what kind of spiritual connection you have, what kind of common goals and aspirations you have. You know, and you got to find those things out on the front end. You know, don't go get married to somebody that's doesn't want to have kids, and you want to have 3 or 4 kids. I mean, you got to figure those things out and find them out. Just make sure you're compatible and on the same page as a couple, as a unit, as a team.
I can't wait to get into that later on.
Oh yeah, we'll get into that.
I'll get deep into that.
So
that was our balance, and so you know, I listen to my podcast, and I love the portion where, you know, they have their little events.
Okay. So what we gonna call ours?
Let's vent.
Let me vent.
Let's vent.
Go ahead.
I got something to vent. You know, I got something to vent about.
No, I'm sure you do.
Do you have something to vent about? We may not always have something to vent about, because you know, we try to be positive.
Cool. Right.
But I got a little bit of a gripe. So let's just get into it.
Come on.
My baby had a project. She had a project on Egypt. 4th grade. Had a project. And now, let's keep in mind, y'all don't know this. My family know, my friends know. But we go all in for these projects. Walter know. It's
I know the teachers be like, her mama is really really helping her with this project.
Her mama did the project. No,
Right.
no. What I do, I give Moni the ideas. We collaborate, and then we execute. And we always have to have glitter. Glitter is the goal. We have to have glitter. So, we had a project for Egypt. We had to do a map. We had to create the clay. Had to make up the clay with flour and salt and all this. It was a cute little thing. Moni had to paint the map and, make it look like Egypt. So, me being who I am, I said, let's get to Hobby Lobby, Michael's, let's go find some things on Egypt, Africa, put it all on the map. Make it fabulous. Oh, yeah. I get to Hobby Lobby. Then we have no stickers, no pictures, no little figurines. Nothing on Africa or Egypt. Not even an ankh to put on a necklace if you're making jewelry. Mm-hmm. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing, babe. Mm. And my time is limited, so I'm like, okay, I'm in here, Hobby Lobby, then here, No. So I'm like, okay, let me find some more time out of my day that I don't have. Let me try to go to Michael's. For sure, Michael's got something. A sticker or something. Because I love my stickers. They had Iceland. They had Irish stickers. They had every country, every city and country and state. They had Alaska. They all these, they even had Mexican and everything. But Africa or Egypt.
You turn your mic down.
I know, right? Because I'm screaming.
Yeah, you get caught up with it.
Because that pissed me off. I said, what if I was from the motherland and I said, you know what? Let me create something for my kids to let them see where they come from. We gotta do better. Nothing on Africa. And I even asked the people that work there, do you have anything on Africa or Egypt? Nope. Mm-hmm. And then even that is sad, y'all. Africa is not a continent.
I agree 100%. I'm on your side. I know.
Come on.
Yeah.
That was it. Really broke my heart.
Yeah. You can't.
That showed me kind of world, kind of country we live in. And,
of course.
And, dang, we can't find a sheet of stickers.
Well, yeah.
I couldn't find out one pyramid. I finally found some palm trees to work with that. And then I found some safari animals, and y'all threw out about 5 or 6 of them out of the 10 because none of them was was Egyptian animals. Not one camel.
Yeah, well, that's how it is. Like you said, that's the world we live in. So we
email me and let me know if I just went to the wrong store.
That's not. See, that could be possible, but I think that's a good wake up call and a good note for parents like us and for people in our situation is that there is and has always been an agenda to just keep
what we're teaching our children,
just to keep Africa and Egypt and all of those Kemet, all of those things out of the consciousness.
And speaking of Kemet, I made sure we wrote on her project Kemet, the original name of it. I know her teacher like.
Oh yeah, she know what type of parents she's dealing with now. She knows she's dealing with now.
Right. Yes.
But that I think that's important, and those things are missing from culture, from the learning, from things like that. So we gotta make sure. I think that's a wake up call for us and parents and couples like us to make sure that we are instilling that knowledge and values and things that we want our kids to know that they might not get, that they're not going to get in just readily accessible in society, in school, in places of education.
It's up to the parents.
It's up to the parents. And so I think that's a wake up call for us to make sure we're on top of that. All right.
So that was my vent.
That was your vent. I don't really have a vent. I'm kind of piggyback on your vent. I think that was a good vent, and again, we'll have these rants or vents every episode, but that's the one for this episode, for our first episode.
Yeah.
All right.
So let's make sure that people know that we are taking listeners' questions.
Yes. So go ahead.
We don't have one today, but we are taking listeners' questions. We hope you guys participate. We have an email address. It is beautybeatsbalance@gmail.com.
Yeah.
All one word, no spaces, no dashes.
Beautybeatsbalance@gmail.com.
Yes. Beautybeats with S, balance@gmail.com. So you guys can email us some questions, if you need advice, if you just want us to talk about a certain topic.
Right.
We'll definitely read that question out, and we'll keep it anonymous if you ask, and we'll answer your questions. So we look forward to that. So let's tell them where they can find us.
Well, we are on Instagram.
And our name on Instagram is also Beauty Beats Balance. So you can find us there.
Right. We will have our YouTube channel, so our podcast will be available on the YouTube channel.
Yes, y'all can watch us.
Yeah, you see the beauty and the beats.
And our guests.
Right, see the guests as well. Right.
And we are on Facebook. We'll be on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, we'll have all of those, and so we'll be pushing all those handles and tags and everything out to you as we start to pile up the episodes and keep you more informed of what we're doing. Again, visit our Instagram to kind of stay abreast of what we're doing.
And we want you guys to get involved.
Yeah.
We want to talk to the people. Where's our tribe? That's what we call it. It's our tribe.
We know you out there.
Where are those couples?
Or it might not even be a couple. It just might be some people that just, somebody trying to
they just
get into
love.
Yeah,
Love
there you go. Black love. That's what it's about.
But we welcome all love.
Right.
So, I think that was good, guys.
I think that's pretty good. We finally got this first one out the way.
Got it.
Got that first one out the way.
You are so silly. All right, y'all. Well, I enjoyed myself.
I did too. I hope you guys enjoy it.
Yes, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
What day is it?